Garmin Echomap Plus 94 SV. It's the old one. The screen went black, so I'm going to replace it with a much bigger and better one. First step, take the old transducer off, start the install on the new one. I don't even know if this is going to work on the inside of this transom because this new transducer is much longer than the old one. It's very big, very long. So we'll dry fit it and see, but we really won't know if it works until everything's hooked up, we get it back on the water. We have to figure out some way to cover up them holes, but we need to dry fit it. See how it's going to turn out, because it got to be below the bottom of the boat so it does not interfere with the side view from what the instructions say. This is going to be awkward. Need some slack on the cable. More. Might be able to reuse one hole. Day 2. I'm going to try the West Marine gel coat repair kit on one spot. I also got the East Tex Marine epoxy repair compound. And I'm going to try where the old wires went through the center console or the old Garmin GPS. You can see the holes and all the other drill holes in there. I'm going to attempt to fix all of them but this one because it matches up with the new mount. But I have to fill this hole because the wires need to come back, go back further in. So I'm going to attempt to fix all these holes with that other compound stuff. And this hole right here, which I have no idea where it came from. I just left West Marine and got a couple different products to try, and hopefully they all work and I don't have to go back and redo anything. But the number one I got was a 5200 compound marine sealant, so when I go back with all the screws, they will be solid after 7 days of the cure time. It is done. I already sprayed a little water on there, and I'm finna start wet sanding with 800 grit sandpaper. See how this is going to turn out. Hopefully everything's good. I ain't wet sanded anything in about 1,000 years. Hopefully everything's good. So I had to redo it. It was concaved, so I put some more on there. It said make sure it's above and just sand the rest off. So that's what I did. And it's about 4 hours. So I could reapply a layer on the top on the epoxy, repair where the old hole was. And right here with this old toggle switch, it looked like might have been. Day 3, everything should be dry after I went back over it. See this little convex. Sand it down. I don't know how good this epoxy sands, but I'm gonna try it out. I really globbed it on that one. Maybe I did too much. I don't know. But It is what it is, huh? It'll all be covered up. That section mostly will. I've already wet sanded the old holes in the back. See the discoloration. I don't know if because it's old or dirty or just I got my color off. Well, it does look kind of yellow anyways. There, you can see it better right there. Yeah, it's all flat, nice and flat. Took me a while wet sanding. And I still got one more hole to drill right about there. So, and that will be able to mount that. Still have to take that off too and put the new one all on. I don't know how difficult that's going to be, but it should be quite simple to do. So everything is buffed, hand buffed and waxed, sanded, wet sanded, everything is complete. You see discoloration there too. Just got to drill that one hole for the transducer. All the other holes are still good. I don't want to pull the wire yet until I get the other wire, so when I pull the fish tape through with it, I'll be able to tie it on. That's it, nice and smooth and pretty. I just wish it matched the color. Same thing for the top. It is like glass compared to what it was. Still a lot of yellowing around it, but I just waxed where I'd be drilling the holes and where I sand it. It looks really good. Proud of myself. Done all that. Ready to mount it, so I decided to pull the old one off to get the wire pulled through. They had some kind of rubber stuff, kind of like this. I don't know what that is, but look how big that hole is. It is so big. I don't know why someone even want to drill a hole that big for such a little wire is what came out of it. That's the size wire that came out. Why did it need a hole that big? I don't know. And where is that? I couldn't get the rubber caulk stuff through, so I had to cut the wire. I drilled a new hole, 5/8. I'm gonna bore this 3/4 inch PVC down so the inside lip of that fits in it, and I'm gonna epoxy this in there right there close. I get it to the edge. It's the only way it'll end up working. But as you can see, I got this lip that's made to fit. It don't quite fit. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But I'm gonna bore the inside down. As you can see, it fit in there just perfect. So you got to get it epoxied in. That'd be a good, perfect little fit. After epoxying the PVC pipe in, I'm doing a little sand work. It's not the best. See, got a little speck in there too, but it works.
Is there any more before I
Everything's wet sanded and waxed, hand waxed. Turned out with a little black spot there. I don't know what that black spot is. I don't think I went through anything sanded. I didn't sand as long as I did on the other spots. But it's black and it's in there. Only thing I got left to do now is hook everything up and run it. Gotta drill the holes for the center console, the mount. The reason I don't want to screw anything in yet is that marine sealant. Once you open it, you got to use it because it ain't gonna be no good no more. So once you pop, you can't stop. On day 4, I got the holes drilled for the mount. I drilled a 1-inch hole with a hole saw for the 2 cables to go through. In the back, everything's drilled, ready. Only issue is drill don't fit in between the motor components and the transom wall. So I'm at the event of we'll drill a small 16th inch pilot hole first with this ratchet wrench and a ratchet by hand since they don't fit. But I want to drill it from the inside because it might chip and break out more than what is needed, or really too much gel coat at all. So I'm gonna drill it like this from the outside. Be a long road. I'm not going to be able to face it this way because the cable will come out too far. There's a hole right here, so I'm going to turn it around. Face it this way, and I already dry fitted it with the cable right here, and it goes in just fine. It's really supposed to be face down, but there's kind of no way it'll face down. So I'm gonna do it this way. I think everything will work out. It'll be packed full of marine sealant anyways, so I don't think it'll be much of an issue. Even did the pilot hole, same way. Done deal. Everything's bolted on. The marine sealant I put in every hole. You can see or not. Yep. Here it goes through both walls. That one kind of sunk out, but it's still in there all the way. I guess it's pretty bad to put too much because then it don't want to come out at all. Leave that one nice and pretty. Update, everything is complete. Only thing that did come about is you can't hook it up. I couldn't hook it up to this panel due to the fact it's only putting out 6 to 7 volts. I had to hook it straight to the battery because according to the directions or troubleshooting, this needs 10 to 12 volts. At least 10 volts to operate, 12 recommended. So I hooked it up straight to the battery. I'll be taking it off every night anyway, so I don't think I need to worry about turning it off or on, charging the battery. I got it rigged up so that stuff will cure, get hard. It says it takes 7 days, but maybe it won't take that long to be able to start getting a little stiff.
You know what? Yeah, he only cares about his stupid boat. I'm like, I know that's right. Everybody in this family agrees. Since you got that boat, that's all you give a F about.